Hello, this is Mrs. Scott. Today I will be reading The Toot Fairy by Janet R. Adams and Daniel Woldarski. I'm sure you've heard of the Tooth Fairy, but have you ever heard of the Toot Fairy? I bet she has visited you today. It's not the most glamorous gig. While the Tooth Fairy delivers money for lost teeth, the Toot Fairy's presents are less pleasant. The Toot Fairy flies around the world, delivering toots to everyone and their dog. Even the President of the United States and the President's dog. The Toot Fairy even has a pet toot. His name is Gassy Gus, but she calls him Gus for short. If you had a pet toot, what would you name it? The Toot Fairy was almost called the Flatulence Fairy, and some of her friends call her Tinker Smell. Get it? There are just so many ways to say fart. Can you think of any others? She harvests baby toots from her gassy garden. She has to be careful not to overfeed the toots, or they can become extra stinky. There are lots of toots that she has to grow. Quiet ones, loud ones, sneaky ones, super smelly ones, and the silent but deadly kind.
P.U.
There's even a fart that can follow you from room to room. That's called the follow me fart. She also delivers toots underwater. They don't smell, but the air bubbles give you away. Sometimes her deliveries have pretty bad timing. Like when the Toot Fairy delivered a toot to a teacher right in the middle of class. A little boy in the front row laughed so hard that the Toot Fairy visited him next.
Uh-oh.
She gets to travel to lots of cool places all over the world every day. One of her favorite places to visit is the grassy, or should I say gassy, plains of Africa. She has even been known to deliver toots to lions right when they are trying to sneak up on a zebra. That's the real reason the hyenas are laughing. And if you think Santa Claus is busy on Christmas night, you should see the Toot Fairy on Taco Tuesday. People eat a lot of beans on Taco Tuesdays, and beans keep the Toot Fairy very busy. The Tooth Fairy, on the other hand, only gets to visit someone when they are sleeping. One night, the Toot Fairy interrupted the Tooth Fairy's delivery by sending her several loud toots. It's really lucky the little girl didn't wake up and catch them both. But do you think the Toot Fairy toots? No, never. She saves her best toots just for you and the Tooth Fairy. And in case you're wondering, the Tooth Fairy did get even with the Toot Fairy. The next time your booty backfires, remember you just had a visit from the Toot Fairy. Toodles. This is Mrs. Scott. Thank you for listening.